Can you touch up on cannabinoids as well as terpenes?
So we know about THC and CBD. Both of them have a large list of conditions that they can deal with and that they can treat. As we mentioned, THC is an anti-nauseant. It's also an analgesic. The number one reason why doctors recommend cannabis is for pain relief. We have found that there's a 30 to 50% decrease in the reliance on the opiate dosage for patients who have instituted the use of cannabis. Also, there was an article in the Journal of the American Medical Association in 2014 that showed that there was a 30% decrease in opiate overdoses in states where medicinal cannabis was legal as opposed to states where it was not legal. So analgesia is important. Matter of fact, in my father's 1927 Remington textbook of pharmacy, where on page 999 and 1000, it tells you how to make tincture of cannabis. Recall that in the 1920s, American physicians wrote 3 million prescriptions a year that contained cannabis. So it was something that was not just for the fun of it, but was actually useful for the pharmacists when they were going to go out in the workaday world. So that book said that cannabis was useful as an analgesic and also useful as a tranquilizer. And still today, analgesia and anxiety treatment are the two most common reasons for recommending cannabis. CBD and THC, well, they're the ones that we talk about the most, are certainly not the only cannabinoids that are out there. CBG is an important anti-inflammatory. It's an important anti-cancer cannabinoid. CBN helps to relieve pain. It's a sleep aid. It's another anti-inflammatory. And THCV, it's an appetite suppressant, interestingly enough. So it's different than the effect of, say, THC, which is an appetite stimulant. THCV is an anti-seizure drug. Interestingly, there are a couple of cannabinoids that will stimulate bone growth. So they may be helpful in terms of women as they get older who have osteoporosis.
Yep.
Well, that's just a small example of some of the therapeutic effects of the cannabinoids. And as I said earlier, plants are complicated, and we need to have a lot more research on cannabis to begin to appreciate, even with a greater, deeper appreciation of the enormous amount of therapeutic benefits of the constituents of the plant, be they cannabinoids or terpenes.
Gotcha. Since this is a pain masterclass, can you talk about what cannabinoids really stand out for pain? I know THC. Can you discuss CBD on how it helps with pain? And then having lack of sleep with CBN, a lot of patients that have the same symptoms of fibromyalgia. It's the same symptoms of not having enough sleep, and so CBN, which is another cannabinoid, which we will be hearing a lot of in the near future, does help with sleep, which in turn is a domino effect that helps with pain. But back to the cannabinoids of THC with the analgesic, can you talk about CBD as a pain relief?
Well, the reason that CBD contributes to pain relief is that it's an anti-inflammatory. And if you have osteoarthritis, which is inflammation of the bone, the CBD will decrease the inflammation. Now, normally your joints should sort of slide against each other like the cylinder in your engine slides up and down against the wall of the cylinder. But as you get older and you get more calcium deposits and more destruction in your joints, it's more like two pieces of heavy sandpaper rubbing against each other. And by taking the CBD, which is an anti-inflammatory, you get back closer to the smooth walls of the cylinder, and you have less sort of mechanical inflammation. And that mechanical inflammation that you have makes the inflammation that's there not only painful, but even worse. So the CBD is very helpful in terms of being an anti-inflammatory, and the THC is helpful in terms of being a pain reliever. The CBN is also a pain reliever in addition to being a sleep aid, as you mentioned. And there are a number of terpenes. Remember, terpenes are the thing that give the cannabis its odor. Terpenes can be found in many, many things in nature, including citrus fruit, pine trees, and pepper. Some of the anti-inflammatories, that are pinene are alpha-pinene, beta-pinene, which are found in pine trees, limonene, which is found in citrus fruit, beta-caryophyllene, which is found in pepper, linalool, which is found in lavender,
Yep.
myrcene, which is found in mangoes, as well as several other terpenes, including humulin and I think and eucalyptus.
Gotta love the eucalyptus.
You gotta love that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So thanks for that, Dr. Bearman.